Hi, it's Madam Eileen. Are you ready to go back to school? So far, some of you have already started school. Is it fun? I hope you are having a lot of fun. Now, we're going to do a Cessna airplane today. I like to make them big, but today I'm going to attempt to just make it with regular 260s and 160s. So I'm grabbing 3 260 whites, 2 160 whites. This is for the body of the plane. These are for the airplane propellers. A little bit of silver. And let's see, propellers. Oh, let's make the propellers green. And bands around the airplane, I think, are blue and orange. Is it 2 blue? I'm going to 2 160 blue and 160 orange. First, I'm going to make the orange into a rubber band by pulling all the air out and tying a knot. These are the colored stripes on the wings. To pull the air out, you go to the end of your balloon, pinch it, pinch next to it, and slide the balloon so the air is pushed out of the balloon, creating a vacuum, and then you tie a knot. Now we're going to want to go around the wing. So I'm going to do 2 knots side by side. Give it a good pull. This way, when I cut and separate these bands, they're still flat and vacuumed. So what I've done is I've basically created 2 rubber bands. I'm going to do that for the other 160 blue and the 160 orange. Find the center. Find the center. And now for the orange. Pulling and stretching is helpful for this part. Give it a good tug. Make sure these knots are secure. Now we are going to put the 2 ends together and tie a knot to firmly make a rubber band. Now, if you have colored rubber bands, you can use colored rubber bands in order to get this same effect. But if you use 160s, after you tie it around, give it a tug, make sure it's not going to come loose, then you can trim the nozzles and the ends off to make that knot as small looking as possible. And then cut these knots off. And do the same thing to the other balloons. You could do all the tying and then cut them all at once, or you could cut them as you go. Everyone has a slight different assembly method. But these little rubber bands that we're making are going to make our Cessna airplane look like a Cessna. I've put this on candy cups. I'm looking around seeing if I can find a candy cup. I see a candy cup with no lid. Where do I have my lids? I get in these creative bents, and before I know it, all my supplies are scattered everywhere. I am not a neat person. I'm a very messy, creative person. I never hid that fact from my husband to be when we were dating. He is very calm and patient with me. But he does declare a day that, okay, Eileen, it's time to clean. All right, got a whole bunch of those. All right, now we get to the exciting part. We are going to make the body of our Cessna airplane. So we're going to take our 260, inflate it. We're going to start off by making a box. So if you don't make these too small, but don't make them too big. I'm about doing a good fistful. And we're going to make a box. Eventually, we're going to make 2 boxes. Measuring for effect. If you have a hard time pinch twisting at the very beginning of your balloon, just leave that as an attachment point and do the pinch twist on the middle length of the balloon, and then grab this and pulling out over. Ta-da! That saves a whole world of trouble. So that's the bottom of our plane. Now we're going to do the top part of our plane. I'm going to do just another box. And I've run out of room. I'm going to leave that there just to make it easier to attach the next balloon. Since we're putting a lot of pinch twists in it, leave a lot of room. Okay. Once you know the basic shape of what you need, you can jump ahead, or if you have a different assembly method you prefer, go ahead and try it. Every time I make this, I put it together a slightly different way. There's no right or wrong on balloon twisting, except what does the end product look like? That's what counts. Also, how many balloons does it take? Some methods will use up more balloons than others. So I have 2 squares on top, 2 squares on bottom. I broke this off, gave it a twist. You don't have to tie, but I feel more secure that if it's tied. So I have the squares here, the hinge here, or that's what it looks like, a hinge. Now I'm going to take 2 balloons. I used the scrap of that white balloon, and I'm going to use a second white balloon. If you don't want to tie a knot, go to where you want to put the balloon, take your thumb and push the balloon neck into the joint, and then wrap the tail around in different directions. And let go. No knot, and it stays perfectly fine. These 2 balloons are going to connect the box. You want to try to make sure that it stays box-like. And I arrange the pinch twist so it sticks out like this. We're going to make the tail of the airplane by bringing them together, twist them, put 2 pinch twists in, and then once you have the 2 pinch twists, bring these back. Now if this is the bottom of the plane is arched up. So pull it up to the angle you want, pinch and twist it in, and then I measure, make sure that this matches the first one that I just did, the angled up. One of these will be shorter because we used it to make the pinch twists. That one we can just break and tie. The longest one, break it. My confetti's running away. Tie it. We're going to make the tail of the plane. So, here's the body of the plane. Here's the side of the tail. And now we're going to do the top of the tail. We're going to do a bubble, a tiny bubble, and a longer bubble. And connect that back to the 2 pinch twists and out to the other side. And then line up the 2 pinch twists on top of each other. And then we take the length of the white and we twist it off so this matches this. I think I need to go just a pinch longer. That looks good. Get the air out of there. Isn't that so cute? Alright, now we need the front end of our airplane. We need one more 160. We find the front of the airplane. We go to the bottom pinch twist. This is where we attach this. We go out as far as we want the airplane to go, and then back in and connect it. So we've created a triangle at the front of our airplane. You could make the front of the airplane thicker by pulling it forward, but you don't need to. I don't know if I need this piece, so I'm going to just tie the end and save this to the side for the next project. Adjust these pinch twists so the nose is more pointed up. Now we're going to do the wings last because it just makes it bulky to work with. So we are going to get our white 160. We're going to start making the wheels. Attach it either on the back or the front. The wheels come down. I'm going to do just a little shorter. Look at what makes proportional sense. Now you're going to do 3 pinch twists. 1, 2, 3. Measure with my fingers and then connect this to the back. So if you started on the back, we work our way to the front. From our front, we'll work our way to the back. To save some time breaking and tying, so there's the wheel on the side with the 3 pinch twists. 2 will be in the front. 1 will be on the back underneath, giving support for the wheel that we're going to attach. Now you take this, you can squeeze the air out and do a pull twist, or you could just pull it over. It's on the bottom of the airplane. I'll show you some things you can do with Now we want to make this side match this side. So use your fingers to measure and adjust. Do your 3 pinch twists. If it's not exactly like side number 1, that's okay. Few people can look on 2 sides of something at the same time. Those did end up looking a little bit larger. Now I'm going to break this off. Don't need that anymore. Now we're going to start making the propeller of our airplane. Take the color that you chose for the blades. I just decided to go with spring green, and you're going to do let's see, again, proportion. So you look at the nose of the plane and you look at the height of the plane, and you really don't want the propeller bigger than the height unless your plane has a really, really big. Now I pinch where I want it to go, give it 1 twist, and then close it just like I do a flute twist, and then I lock twist by taking the knot and passing it through the center of the 2 bubbles. The reason why I did 1 twist is I want it to be easy to grab it and slightly undo it. Oops. So, little twist, big twist, and to keep it from undoing, I take the nozzle and I run it through. That'll keep that from untwisting like you saw it just do. Now that I have this 3rd one on, break that off, save my scraps, untwist it just a little. Now I'm going to get the center of the propeller by taking my silver chrome. They don't make this in the smaller balloons yet. But this is going to be the front wheel. I'm going to put the wheel first. Okay, so get a 260 black. We are going to do a tulip twist, but we're going to try to do a deep tulip twist. So we're going to push it in, grab it with our finger and pull it out. So you want a 4-finger pinch tulip twist. Twist it around. Then we're going to push and tuck it back in using our thumb to help push that knot into the balloon. Then you can break the tie, and then to get it from unraveling, I push it in further and it starts moving around. And now I'm going to take this pinch twist, I'm going to take this tulip twist and I'm going to split the tulip twist. It's going to be tight, but that's okay. And then I take the end of my silver balloon, holding it by the knot, and wrap it around a few times. There's the front of our airplane. Now I look to see where the front of the airplane is going to fall. Twist it here. Slide the tail through that triangle and then pull this joint into this joint by pushing. And there it is. Now I'm going to do 2 pinch twists, maybe 3 if I think I need to stabilize it. 1 pinch twist, 2 pinch twists, a little spacer bubble, take our propeller, take the center, push it against the twisted joint that we did here. Fold them together and then twist and walk this around one or two of the propellers. Pinch this, make a little bubble. I'm going to put my fingers around this little bubble. Pinch the balloon closed and roll it to get it started, to create a little tiny pinch twist at the very center of this airplane. And then I'm just going to tie it. So there's the front. Now we need to make the back wheels. For this part, there's a few different ways to go about it. We're going to put some air in this and we're going to make two little tied balls. So first you need a bit to tie, twist a little bubble, tie a knot, tie it one more time, and this creates the center of our wheel. Force this air down so we end up with a nice long piece. And we do that one more time since we have two wheels. These are the wheel hubs. Oh, wasn't that fun? You can tie it like this, so it looks like a piece of candy, and then tie it together, or you can try to be brave and tie the two ends together before the air escapes, and that's more risky. This one, you know exactly what you're doing. And now for the wheels. If I want the wheels big, I would use a 350. If I want them small, I use the 260. If I want the wheels jumbo, I use a 350? Or a 5-inch. They all give you different sizes of wheels. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and tie these. Tie them together. Trim some of the edges off. And we're going to do a tulip twist while trying to catch the end. Easier said than done. I may need to put a little knot. I need to put a little knot on the end of this because it's just too slippery to catch. There's my little knot. I will push this little knot in. Catch said little knot. Give a little twist and there's a cute little wheel. And then get a black balloon or a white balloon. A white balloon will work because we're going to tie this onto the plane. So I've tied, so here's the knot of the silver balloon, and we've tied it so the silver knot is on one side and the tulip twist is on the other, and that'll keep it from unraveling. But I still lost the air out of this one. I'm going to have to add air back to it. Here we go. Tie this, tie that. Trim those off. So I have one long one. Tie a knot in the long one, not too long, and push that in. think I need to make it deeper. Ah, caught it. Nice. Okay. Wrap a scrap between the knot and the tulip twist. Cut it free with just enough scrap to attach it to the 3 pinch twists here. I push our wheel against the 2 pinch twists, take up one of the scraps sticking out, wrap it around the wheel a few times, and then shape the wheel. Now for the other side. You do this long enough, you just start doing it without thinking, and it just happens. Move it around. Sometimes this is rating high or low. It's just a matter of squeezing, pushing, shaping, manipulating it to exactly where you want it. Now let's go ahead and put windows on our Cessna. I like to use a light blue. Okay, I'm going to start at the top back corner of the fuselage, come across diagonal to the bottom, go around the bottom pinch twist and tuck this balloon in. I pinch and I roll so the blue balloon is now sitting on top of the white balloon going across the front of the plane. Go across and push and tuck it in. Now we're going to go from the bottom diagonally up to the top, and push and tuck it in. If this looks too much of a gap, I take another light blue balloon, or if I have enough left, I break tie and save that and attach it to the top front, and I go across the window to the other side. Cut that off, wrap it, adjust the pinch twist so they are the same. Adjust the pinch twist again in case the windows of the Cessna are pushing it down. I'm tucking this bottom blue window in, and that helps lift the front of the plane up again. Now comes the wings. We're almost done. I first made this plane as supersized. Oh. So it had to take two separate balloons to do the wings. But this Cessna is small enough that it looks like one balloon will work. All right. I'm going to attach the wing to one corner, find the very center, split it, and wrap this around the opposite corner. Now this side comes across, pinch and wrap it around that pinch twist. Are you wondering how I can possibly do this? It's because when I did this white balloon, inflated it, I made sure it was soft. Because it was soft, I was able to manipulate the wings around the pinch twists. If one wing looks longer than the other wing, just squeeze and stretch, and it'll actually pull just a little bit longer. Right now, yeah, now I made that one too long. Pull and stretch and stroke that balloon. They're pretty much the same. Angle them out, squeeze them together, and now you're going to take your rubber bands that you made. Make sure that they're flat. We're going to slide blue band. Make sure that they're flat on your hand, not side down, so it's kind of hides better. Pull it wide. Orange. And now blue. I think the wing bands are a bit further towards the tip, so I'm going to carefully put my fingers in, pull it apart, keep it as straight as possible, and move it down. Now we're going to do the same to the other side. Get the blue. Get the orange. Get the blue. And that's our airplane. That's our Cessna. I don't know the code numbers, but you could write the call number of the plane on there next. Now, this is how we turn it into a candy cup. You get a cup with lots of candy. And then we find the lid. Here, lid. Where did I put the lid? Lid for candy cups. Found it. Get a domed lid. I learned you can use flat lids. That's for another video. And you're going to take a round balloon. Let's see. I'm going to see if I have any Thor. Do I have any Thor pictures left? No one wanted Thor, so I have a whole bunch of Thor balloons I'm trying to use up. Okay. There's too much candy in this candy cup. So I am going to dump some of the candy out. I like to put, Michael Bay advised putting cookies in, so I put cookies in, put candy in. I do hard candies for little kids. I do more chocolates if it's a grown-up. But you want to get a round balloon, usually a color to match the bottom of the cup. And you let the air out until the candy cup can click closed. Pull this up, tie a knot. Now, let's see. I'm looking for an attachment point. I could do it on the side, and the plane could be banking in for landing. But I'm liking the idea more of finding a dark blue. Dark blue, I'm going to do a flower base. The balloon flower will forever be used in balloon creations. I do not know the name of the person who first started attaching all their balloons to a flower base. So I'm just going to put 6 pinch twists. If you want to challenge yourself and try to do 7 or 8, go for it. Balloon twisting is as much for your fun and enjoyment as the recipients. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The trick to getting more than 6 pinch twists in is making sure that your loop twists are soft. There's 7. So make sure that they're soft. If they're soft, they'll squeeze together. You make the bubbles soft by giving them an extra little squeeze as you form the bubble that's going to make the loop. Alright, there we go. Now get them all to sit nice and even. I take the knot of the round balloon. I take my thumb under the knot, push it to the center of the flower, and pull the rest of it up. And now I'm seeing if I have a regular rubber band. Oh, looks like I'm out of regular rubber bands. So if you don't have regular rubber bands, get a balloon. I wrap one end of my balloon around the 3 pinch twists that form the wheel on one side. I wrap the other side of the balloon across to the other side of the 3 pinch twists, creating this loop. Take some scissors and I get rid of the tail. If I had a regular rubber band, I would loop this, loop that, and then I would pull it down and under my candy cup to the center. And now my airplane is on a candy cup. I make these for party favors, so if you're having a hard time making your candy cups, you can hire me. I'll make them lickety-split and delicious. Check that out. I'm just going to go all around. That one's sticking out. I think I'm going to tweak it by pushing and tucking it in more. Yeah, see? That looks nicer. But then I need to do the same to this side too. And that changes the way the wings are shaped. And then we start futzing with the pinch twist again. Pinch twist will angle the airplane. So this is what you should have. If I wanted to have more fun, we could attach clouds. We could add a balloon key light in the bottom. There is a lot of fun things you can do. You can be forever adjusting your balloon creation. Adjust it until you're happy with it. I'm going to open my propellers up just a little bit. And I want them more angled, so I'm going to take one and move it so it's on top. Move this so it's on top. Move that so it's on top. Zoom. Zoom. Airplane. Happy twisting, everyone. Bye.